Hello, and welcome to Basic Human Structure. I'm Dr. Robin Pankew, and I'll be your instructor for this course. Let's first take a look at the Blackboard site. If you've been at BC3 before, you'll notice there are a few changes to our Blackboard site this semester. They're not significant, so you won't have any trouble navigating through this if you're familiar with the old Blackboard site. First big change you're going to see is on the top. You have some of the tabs which used to be down the left-hand side. So you have the availability to get into the Beck Library. You can go to Student Services, Career Services, and also you can go to Help and Resources. Before, these were on the left-hand side of the screen. Now you're probably looking at this screen and wondering, where did my menu go? This menu collapses frequently. So get used to that. You also see that the buttons are a little bit different. Same information here, just a little bit more on the top of the screen rather than the side of the screen. So what we're looking at now is the home page. This is the textbook that you'll be using. You don't have to purchase the textbook. I'll explain that in a moment, but if you'd like a hard copy, you can either purchase it from the bookstore, rent it from another site. I know you're very resourceful. You'll be able to find many ways to get a copy of the textbook. Don't steal one. Here you can also see the announcements are going to show up on this page. Announcements will also be sent to your BC3 email. Please get in the habit of checking your BC3 email often, or transferring it to another email that you check, like your Gmail account. It's really important that you check it. I don't send a lot of emails. I communicate mostly with you through your journals. However, if you're having a problem, or if there's going to be a school cancellation for some reason, or Blackboard's going to be down, the way I will communicate with you is going to be through email. So please do remember to check it often. Some of the things you see here on the left, the course management, for example, what you're seeing there is only on my screen, so you won't see that on your screen. What you will be seeing are these tabs. So we've got the course information and the learning units. And then here we have the course tools, course technologies, the help desk, and also Blackboard help. So finding here, let's go to our course tools. The course tools will take you, there that menu disappeared again, to the announcements. There's also a link to get help for Blackboard. I personally think that the best way to get help from Blackboard is to contact the Ed Tech department. They will actually answer you very, very quickly if you're having a problem. If you're having a technical problem, I want to assure you that I am not technical in any way, shape, or form. I'm a microbiologist. So if you're having technical problems, the best thing to do is contact the help desk. They will be able to figure out what's going on. That being said, always keep me in the loop. Let me know if you're having problems, because if I know you're having problems, then I can keep on top of things, especially when it comes time to assignments being due. In the contact section here, you're going to find my email, as well as my office phone and my office hours. I am on campus for 5 office hours a week. The best way to reach me is always through email. I'm going to answer you very quickly through email, I promise. I promise a 24-hour return, and I'll always acknowledge if you have sent me an email. If you have a problem with an exam question, if you got booted out with power failures we've been having recently with the summer storms, that happens often if you get kicked out, so I'm able to reset exams for you if it's possible. It is a privilege, so don't please abuse that privilege. There's a discussion board here. I'll be talking about that in an upcoming video. The discussion board has assignments on it that you'll be completing throughout the semester. Here you can also find a link to your journal. The journal also will be linked within each learning unit, so that's the easiest way to get to it. McGraw-Hill's website that you'll be using, which is called Connect. On Connect, you'll be using LearnSmart. You can get to it through this tab, but it also can be reached through any of the assignment tabs that you'll find when we get into the course modules area, the course learning units. And then, of course, this one's really important. That's My Grades. Your grade is going to be reported to you real time, so when you go into your grade book, you will always know what your grade is. Every time you finish an assignment, it's going to get included in your grade book, and this is calculated as a running total. So you always know what your grade is in this course. Now, after you finish an assignment, for example, such as a discussion board, you might notice in your grade book an exclamation point there. That means that it hasn't been graded yet. I don't grade discussion boards until after the due date. I get too confused if I try to do that. So journals, for example, planning calendars, those things I don't grade until after the due date, and that way I'm sure that I haven't double graded someone or missed someone along the way. Okay. So this course tools is oops, let me get rid of that. Course tools is quite useful to you. Again, let's get over to our menu. Let's go now to the course information area. In the course information area, you're going to find these videos. So I have 4 of them here, which I'll remove and replace when I've finished recording these today. Underneath that, you'll find the course syllabus. You can click on that blue link and it'll take you to your course syllabus. It's a good idea to print this syllabus and put it someplace next to your computer. I always have a bulletin board where I just use thumbtacks and put things in, and that way it's always handy to me. It has information on the textbook, as well as the Connect Plus website. I don't know exactly how much Connect Plus costs. I think it was $85 last semester. I don't know if the price has increased, but it's definitely cheaper than buying a textbook. Now, that being said, you may be the type of person that likes a hard copy of the textbook, and so you might want to do that. Either way, for the assignments, the ebook is going to be available to you. So don't think that somebody's getting an advantage if you're taking an exam online, for example, and they're opening a textbook and you don't have one in front of you. You do have access to your textbooks during the exams. That's the unit exams, not the diagram exams, and I'll talk about that in another video. There's no comprehensive exam in this course, so we don't have a midterm or a final. There will be regular exams, they're chapter exams. There are 15 of them, each worth 40 points. You have 60 minutes. That's a long time for a 40-point exam. The questions are somewhat involved sometimes, so students felt that at one point I gave them 50 minutes and they felt that that wasn't enough. And so I moved this up to 60 minutes for all exams. The exams are randomly generated from a pool of questions, so no 2 students get the same exam. And if you find that you're shut out of the exam and you have to re-enter, you will not get the same exam that you got the time before. There will be due dates. The due dates are hard and fast, and exams are going to be due, as well as other assignments, by 11:59 p.m. on the date that is the due date that is given. Right after you take the exam, you can review it. So please do. If you find that there's a question that doesn't make sense to you, you question the answer choices by the publisher, please let me know. There have been times we've challenged these questions and I've given credit, or the publisher has actually changed the question itself because it was poorly worded or it was actually answered incorrectly. So when you contact me via email, please tell me you're in Basic Human Structure. I do teach other courses as well as online courses, so I can better help you if you contact me and tell me you're taking Basic Human Structure. Then be specific about the question that you have. For example, if it's an exam question, tell me which question it is and which exam that you were taking. You'll also be taking labeling exams this semester. These are going to be taken using a video camera, just like you see me on. You'll need to download Respondus Monitor, and I'll tell you how to do that here in a moment. You'll be using LearnSmart. That's a flashcard type system. I'll show you that in a different video. You'll be doing planning calendars and journaling in the semester. Not too many points associated with this. However, it can make a difference in your grade. It can actually bring you up one letter grade. So I really recommend that you do this. At first, you're going to think that this is busy work, but it really isn't. And many students have told me that they really like this feature in the course. They like doing planning calendars and have found that they actually extend that to their other classes so that they can keep a handle on all of the courses that they're taking. Many students do overextend themselves. Maybe you are one. This is a 4-credit course. So remember that means that you'll be spending at least eight hours a week studying for this course on top of the time that you are taking exams. So this is quite time consuming for a 4-credit course. Okay. We also have some study aids on Blackboard with videos that you can watch. Good idea to do that. I also have PowerPoints that you can print. Many students like to print the PowerPoints, and as they're reading, they take notes on the PowerPoints, and it's a good review for the exam, and also something that's you can have handy while you are taking the unit exams. Okay. As far as communicating with me, I have a little rule. It's called check 3, then me. That means please look in 3 places on the website to see if you can find the answer to your question. If you can't, then email me. Tell you where you checked, because if I'm missing something on here, I really like to know that so I can put it in. And then ask me your question, and I will be more than happy to help you out. For example, if you have a question, when is the next exam? You can find that very easily on the website without asking me. Right, so we have here the due dates. You can also find all of this information on Blackboard. This is good to print so you have it in front of you. And I'll take you down to the bottom here. It tells you our point distribution. Your unit exams are 50% of your grade. Diagram exams are 20%. Planning calendars and journal entries are only 5%. Like I said, though, it can really help you. Learn Smart is something that there is no reason you can't get 100% on, so that can bump up your grade as well. And the discussion board, of which there are assignments for every learning unit, is 15%. I use the typical college grading scale. Let's see if I can scoot down here a little further. There we go. And that's 90 to 100 is an A. All right, taking us back to Blackboard. I have the textbook and Connect Plus information as well as the Smart Book folder here, and I'll be doing another video on that in just a moment. And then finally, information on calendar planning and journaling and how to use the discussion board, and each of those are going to be covered in the next videos. So we'll see you in the next set of videos. If you ever have any questions, you need something from me, remember I'm only an email away. You can call me on campus, but I'm not in my office that often, just 5 hours, and you'll find my office hours there in the contact information area.